Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Jong, hosting another session of iiRcade Facebook Live. I knew this would happen. 16. I need another hand. 16. um, wow, time is flying by really quickly, and ever since I started, I wasn't sure whether I would be reaching episode 16. But we did, and it's all thanks to you, and I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm really every day I'm looking forward to Tuesdays and Fridays. So it's Tuesday again. I'm very happy. Hey, buddy, how are you, my friend? Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining. Um, I hope you can hear me. I think I have my setup correctly now. Uh, um, we'll find out. Hope it's sounding good. Um, Lots happened since Friday. I mean, everything is going by really quickly. That it feels like wind. Everything is like flying by. The weekend flew by really quickly. I didn't really feel like a weekend, but I'll give you a couple of updates. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining. Buddy, thank you so much for confirmation. Appreciate it. Hey, Ed, how are you? Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Today we'll have some fun. Today it is a very special day for me. It's my daughter's graduation, and because of that, it's actually happening right after this session. So I may need to end a little bit early. I ask for your forgiveness there. But I'll try to cover as much as I can. I may need to demo and just have a quick chat, and I may need to run. One of the things is that from a daddy perspective, hey Steve, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Hey Chris, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Really good to see you guys. One of the things is that I have a lot of regrets in my life. One of the things is that I could have been a better daddy, and because of work, unfortunately I've missed their previous graduations. So this is something that's really deep in my heart. So this one I don't want to miss. So in order for me to be able to attend my daughter's graduation, I may need to end the session early. Again, ask for your forgiveness there, and thank you so much for understanding. I'll try to cover as much as I can. Again, graduation's right after this. So, all right. By the way, my daughter's finally becoming a high schooler next year. Unbelievable. She used to be like this small. Now she's like this big. All right. Some quick statuses. Status updates. Over the weekend, so we finished filming our Kickstarter video. It came out, and then I just received our first pass, and oh my God, it looks amazing. You'll be very happy with it. I was very happy with it. It really felt like I was watching a movie. So, and I think I watched it over like 50 times, even though it was only a first cut. So it was awesome. Hey, Mark, how's it going, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Great, happy Tuesday. So from Kickstarter perspective, video's done. No, I won't say that. Hey, Patrick, how's it going, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. So video, we have a first cut, and all this week we will be continuing to edit it to perfection it. Kickstarter page. We are also completing our first draft, hopefully by tomorrow. So things are moving. Hey, Thomas, how's it going, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Great to see you. And there are a couple more things that are sort of holding up our Kickstarter at the moment. And one of them are games. There are a couple of games that I really, really want to get for you. And we're working on it right now. And we're going to try to see if we can make it happen before our Kickstarter starts. So we'll keep you updated there. And we're still working on our final list and preloaded list. And pricing for the games as well. It's taking a long time, I know. We'll try to make it happen as quickly as we can. We'll keep you updated. Hey, Ellen, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Yes, Kickstarter news. So those were some bits of news. Again, we're really working 24/7. So we're hoping to make this as quickly as we can, and we'll continue to keep you updated. So thank you so much for that. Again, for those who joined late, I may need to cut out a little early today because it's my daughter's graduation. So my apologies for that, but I'll try to cover as much as I can today. Let's go to play some games. The main event. All right, I have 4 games to show you today. Let me move over to my device. Can you hear me okay? Let me test. Test, hello? Okay, I think I have audio. If I don't, please let me know. Hey Wayne, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. I'm just turning over my PC so that in case there are any issues, I will find out. And I am moving over to my device. So here it is. For those who are joining for the first time, just let me give you a quick overview of how our device works. So we have our powerful 80-watt speakers right there. Let me just check and make sure I can lay this down with balance. I sort of don't like it when there's like off balance, right? I want to make it perfect. There we go. Great. So, and then we have our 19 inches of beautiful display here. And then we have our control panel, where it consists of very premium arcade controllers with 2 joysticks and 6 buttons each. And then on the top, we have control buttons, I would say. First one is a power button, where if you press once, it goes to sleep. And if you press again, it comes back quickly. As you can see, it's very responsive and quick. So let's say you put it to sleep and you want to play, you can play like right away, which is one of the great things about iiRcade. Also, if you press for 2 seconds, it'll shut down completely. And then if you power it up, it'll take about approximately 24 seconds to come up so that you can get to playing from all the way powered down to playing in less than 30 seconds. And then we have the coin button. So you press this to put in coins, P1, P2, and then you have volume button, right? For this section, let me put it down so that you can hear me better. And then right next to that, we have a menu button and pause button. So when you're playing games, you press it once, it'll pause. If you press it again, it'll unpause. Also, if you press it for 2 seconds, it'll go back to the menu. And next to that, there's a very, very small, tiny hole where you plug in your headset jack so that when everybody else is sleeping, you can play games. This is what I do. 3 a.m. I'm playing games, right? Literally. And by the way, that's pretty much true. Let me see if I can go over to the other side without touching the camera. You're going to see how thin I am. Oh my God, I made it through. Maybe I am thinner than I thought after all. All right, let's play some games. So I'm going to show you 4 games today. And these 4 games are all retro and probably games that you haven't heard of. But there are a couple of reasons why I wanted to show you these games. Let me first start with a game called Fancy World. So Fancy World is a game from later part of the retro era. And this game is very, very simple, right? It's probably a game that you've probably never heard of. So this is this game is actually from a developer in Korea. So whenever I go to Korea and I go to like restaurants and they have these bootlegged arcade machines that I don't like, and this game's always there, and I see children playing and having a lot of fun. So this game is, I think, it's really good for children, especially with good graphics for children, and also this game is pretty similar to Snow Brothers. I was kind of surprised. So I was like, maybe it's a clone of that, but I'll show you how it works. Guys, the game is very simple, right? So you can play 2 players as well. So if I have another guy join. And basically, this evil guy is trying to take over the world, as usual. And our friends here are trying to stop them. And these two people, I think they're brother and sister. They're the only ones in the world who can save the world, obviously, right? So they're like these evil chickens and evil animals that you have to beat. And it's pretty simple. In the beginning, it's pretty simple. It gets more difficult later on. And then you're solving these levels. Again, very similar feel to Snow Brothers, except you're not using snowballs. You're using these magical fireballs, if I may. And here I ate something that got me really confused. So if you look, I'm going left and she's moving right. So there are things like this in the game that sort of adds to the gameplay as well. And there are many other things like this that adds to the gameplay. The chicken just killed my brother. No, I'll take revenge. Let me just get that dog. Again, it's very refreshing to play the joystick upside down. So that's how you solve the games. Very simple to play. And then I think I just got out of the confusedness. So this is Fancy World. Right. Let me just eat a little bit because I was a little hungry. And then I'll stop here with this game for today. But from graphical perspective, it's very clean graphics and easy for children to play, and sort of reminds you of Snow Brothers. So one of the reasons I'm showing you this is because you know this already. I love platform games, and this was a sort of a platform game that I can introduce to children. So I'm going to show you. Let me go to the second game. Second game is called Maniac Square. And this one I wanted to show you because it's a puzzle game. Now we'll have several puzzle games for iiRcade to satisfy our puzzle game fans. And this is one of them. Again, from a game mechanical perspective, it's very easy to start. 2 players. Let me put in one or two. So you can play 2 players, and the game is really simple, right? You get 3 of these objects in a row, and the thing disappears. Another very much Tetris-like game. So let's see if I can at least clear 1 line. Now, previous game, Soldom was very difficult for me, but see, I cleared a line. This game, with this kind of game, I think is so much better. I'm used to playing Tetris. I see, even a combo. I'm so proud. I won. Wow. So simple game. It's a puzzle game, and we're going to be having a lot of puzzle games. Right, anywhere from games like this, where anybody can join in, to games like Soldom, where it was at least from my perspective, it was difficult, but a lot of fun, and it really requires a lot of thinking. By the way, this is how first 1 player looks like. So we're bringing a lot of 1 to 2 players so that family can enjoy these games together. The first one that I showed you, I think, is in category. This game also, I think, is in the category. So third one, let me move into a game that is for more skilled people, gamers, and that is called Legend of Silk Road. This game, I've never heard of this game before, but I was pleasantly surprised about this game. I'll show you why. And there's some good reasons why I want to show you this game. It gave me the feel of Golden Axe, right? So it's very Golden Axe-like with great graphics. It's got upgraded graphics. And there are some special things you can do in this game. It's got a lot of moves, right? So here you can do. Let me show you. By the way, I believe this is also one of the 90s games. So graphics, as you can see, are upgraded from the late 80s game. And there are many things that this game implements. For example, right, lots of different styles of attack, right? And we're using sword. You can upgrade weapons. So later on, you'll see better weapons that's coming up. And by the way, I love these styles of games, right? I used to play Golden Axe a lot when I was young, and similar games. And then this style of games really attracts me a lot. It's one of the reasons why I want to show it to you. But there are actually really cool elements of this game, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to show you. And I just discovered it. So, all right, he's coming back. There are things like this, special moves, and you can get different special moves, right, by picking up those, right? Oh, I don't think I picked it up, but this gives you different kind of special weapon. And that was interesting. But there's another very interesting element that I want to show you, and that is, I'll show you in a second. And I'm not good at it. I'll show you in a second. It's oh my God, my skills are becoming bad. There we go. You see that? I'm throwing fireballs, Street Fighter style, right? So I didn't know about this. I just discovered it, and I'm willing to bet there are many more Street Fighter similar like moves on a Golden Axe-like game, right? I think that's a very new kind of concept, which was very interesting to me. And previously, I think I've done some other moves that I haven't seen as well, something like that, yeah. So this has a lot of different enemies. I think from a theme perspective, I think the theme is based on ancient China. So there are a lot of sort of, I don't know if it's real or not, but I think historical elements. I don't know, but see, you get that kind of attacks, and there are many different characters, many different bad guys, and I'm again willing to bet there are many different moves that I can do by doing Street Fighter like combinations in this game. And that, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I gotta show you this to you guys. It was very, very interesting. So it's one of the reasons why I want to show you. Okay. Last game I want to show you is a platform game. So by the way, that was Legend of Silk Road coming to iiRcade. And by the way, this game has a sequel. I don't know if you enjoyed this game or not. If you did, the sequel is amazing, right? Similar kind of gameplay, awesome graphics, and I'll show it to you later on. That's also coming to iiRcade as well. Last one that I want to show you is a platform game called Secret Agent. So this game was very interesting to me as well. So I was playing games and trying to decide what to show you. And I'm a huge 007 fan, right? And this game not only is an integration of spies with platform gaming, but it also has different kind of gameplay elements depending on level. So let me show you real quick. You guys probably have seen this game before. I'm going to go 007 because of. So first scene, it's very similar to like movies, right? You're jumping over an airplane, and you're shooting these bad guys. By the way, I've never jumped off on an airplane before, so this was interesting. I've seen some movies about it, but I'm not sure if this is realistic or not, right? Shooting guns in the midair while being able to have such a control and everything. but again, he's 007, so he's more skilled than I. Anyway, starts here. Another 90s game with 90s great graphics. I really like 80s graphics. Very simple. The chameleon style, right? If you remember. Really love it. And then 90s has different kind of style, which I think has better graphics and different graphics. So if you look at that Lincoln Memorial graphics right there, oh my God, I was surprised. Looks very detailed. And from graphical wise, 90s games feel completely differently from 80s. And I was again realizing this. And then if you can see, the third scene is a motorcycle scene, right? Here, control is completely different. If I press the button, it jumps with motorcycle. I can dodge like this. If I press up, I can shoot up. So different kind of scene. Later on, I believe there are also scenes underwater and things like that. I think I've heard a couple of people saying that they know this game. So that was great to hear. And I played it, and it was enjoyable. So I wanted to show you. Let me just kill a couple guys, and then we can get into a quick chat. All right, 007, James Bond. Thank you again. Let me go back to my PC, if you can give me a second. All right, let me try to get under between my device and my phone. My God, my wife will never believe that I went through that. All right, I'm back. Let me check my audio. So I'm getting better. I'm setting up my apparatus. Hello? Okay. Looks like I have audio. All right. So those are the games that I'm going to show you today. Let me just look at some comments real quickly. Hey, Jim, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Great to see you. I see many of my friends joining today. So happy. Let's see. Going through it real quickly. Hey, Derek, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Oh, Jim, thank you so much. Hi, Jong, you're good. I'm willing to bet when we meet, you're probably going to beat me in every single game. But I'm practicing again, so I'll try my best. Great. Hey, Ellen, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Charles, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. Kevin, you have a question. Got to get some Midway and Capcom titles on there. Agree, my friend. Completely agree with you. So let me go over that really quickly. So first of all, with iiRcade, the list that we currently have is not the final list, but it's a beginning list, right? We'll be continuously growing our list. So, and it's not going to end. It's going to continue on, and they will all work with your device. So, right, I think my personal opinion, the launch date of our device is day one, right? So right now it's all pre-launch. Typically pre-launch, right, many other companies, unless you're talking about like Sony, etc., not able to get many games. We were able to secure a good list, which I'm very proud of, actually, especially we haven't even launched yet. And a lot of companies are looking at us right now, especially the big companies. They need to see that you're successful before they join, right? So that's how it works. So we were able to get many great companies join because we have really good previous relationships and things. And for many of the other companies, they're watching us again. So when we launch, and we have people, we have our family using our devices and playing playing games on our devices, then licensing becomes so much easier as time goes on. So that's why I say launch day is day one, and that's where the fun begins. Especially big companies, we'll be talking to them a lot more heavily afterwards. We are talking to many of the companies that many of you are talking about, and again, many of them are watching us. So it's the story is going to continue to get better. Okay. So I hope that answered your question. Again, those two companies are two other companies that we're very interested in as well. Yeah. Let me just leave it there for now. Hey, John, how are you, my friend? Hey, Bobby, how's it going, my friend? Thank you for joining. Kyle, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Jim, yes, 007 was the best. I completely agree with you. I'm looking forward to the new movie that's coming out as well. Sort of disappointed that it got postponed, but fingers crossed. Hopefully that time will come soon. Chris, we need Rolling Thunder. I agree with you, my friend. Agree with you. We will be going after all these awesome games, especially after we launch. So we'll definitely keep you updated as well. Bobby, looks great, Jong. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it. Chris, are you always going to keep adding games? I hope we can get some good names like NBA Jam, etc. Absolutely. So you can think of how, for example, the console model is, and as consoles too, right? Before launching, there are only a few games, and then once it launches, then you have users, and the game companies will come in and so forth. So it grows and everything. Very similar model, and it'll continue to grow. Our plan is to continue to support, keep on continue to support our device as well. So so the games game library that continue to grow. You'll be able to continuously add more games to it. In other words, let me put it this way: if your favorite game is on our current list, great. If it's not on there, don't worry, because we'll be working on it, and it's just a matter of time. Especially again, as more people joins our family, and our family grows, then more companies will come in, right? More game companies come in, more people will come in, more game companies come in, and this is how you grow the platform and also the games. So as it grows, it becomes so much easier. And I personally think we have a really good start, and then once it launches again, it becomes much better. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Hello, Charles. How are you, my friend? Thanks for joining. Patrick, Jong, think you'll be ready to make some major announcements on Friday? Will be a can't miss episode. We'll see. We'll see. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated. Thanks so much for that. Hey, Sean, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Really good to see you here. Ellen, so many possibilities is endless, really. Black Tiger, oh man, Time Soldier, can't wait. Thank you so much. You know what? Keep on telling me these games because I've played many games in my life, but again, everybody has different experiences, right? There are so many games in the world. Everybody has different experiences, play different games, and has different favorite list. So we want to collect all the list, collect all the information, come up with a list so that we can prioritize to go after to get these games, if you know what I mean. So I am reading all your comments. Thank you so much for those and all the list. And I'm getting some really good ideas from all your feedback. So please have them continuously coming in. Really appreciate it. See. Derek, any possibilities, information you could share on SNK titles? Great question. We'll see. We'll see. SNK titles will be difficult for launch. I mean, our current. I'm sorry.
Call from
sorry for that. Sorry. I thought I shut my volume off on the phone. Then it's connected to my Google Speaker. Sorry about that. So SNK titles most likely will not be on the launch list, but again, they're one of the companies that I really love as well. And then there, as I said, many companies are watching us right now, and these are some of the companies that we want to go after we launch, right? After we launch, then we can go to them and say, hey, look, our product is here, our product launched, we're getting great feedbacks and a lot of people joining. Give us your games. And that makes it so much easier than going there and say, hey, look, we haven't launched yet, but we want to get your games. We think we're going to be big. It makes so much difference between the two. And even with, hey, we are pre-launch yet, game companies really love their product, and as you know, many of them already joined our bandwagon and became our family. And again, after we launch, I think it's gonna be so much better, so much easier. So we're gonna continue that. So we'll keep you updated. I totally agree with you. SAK does have a lot of great games, and it's got some of my favorites as well. Metal Slug, right? Definitely. So we'll keep you updated on that. Thank you so much for that. Today, as I explained earlier, my daughter's graduating from junior high, so I may need to cut out a little bit early. But before we do that, let me get a couple of last questions, and there's something I want to show you. I think, Mark, I think you mentioned this before. Just want to make sure the game can easily be put onto the stand, right? Oh, you mean the bar top? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I can show you if you want. It's basically, I'll use my mouse. Let's say it's like this. We have 4 really premium rubber feet, right? So that if you put on it's much better than these rubber feet. But if you put it on the ground, it doesn't slip or anything. It's very secure and safe. And then on our stand, there are 4 holes where these feet just latches onto, right? Perfectly. So it fits perfectly, and it doesn't move. And as a additional security enhancement, we added some really easy to do hand screws like this, right? Then it's not going to budge at all. It's very easy to do, even without the hand screw, because we've engineered in the weight balance so that it's more bottom heavy. So that if it's bottom heavy, then obviously top's much lighter, so it's not gonna make anything fall. So we've engineered that in carefully to make sure that security is there. And then again, on top of that, we have the screws. So it's very easy to put on. Hope that answered your question. Hey, Bobby, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Yeah, looking forward to it. I cannot believe she's a high schooler already. Again, she used to be like this small. My kids make fun of me all the time. Whenever I talk about size, I go this small. We have turtles at home, right? And we have 2 turtles, and they're about yay size. But whenever I describe my turtles to other people, I go, "Our turtles are so big; they're like this big." So whenever I say, "Hey, my kids are this small," my daughter will probably go, "Daddy, how big is our turtle?" Bad joke. Okay, let me go back to a couple more questions, and then let me show you this, and we'll end it for the day. Really appreciate your understanding today. Thank you. See, Ellen, I could write a list so long, so many, $5 turned into quarters to plunk at the arcades. Same here as well. Same here as well. Except I think I focused a lot on playing like individual single game, right? So let's say I would bring my $10 allowance when I was young, and then change them into quarters and just keep on playing one game. I think I was that kind of style. But every day, like I'm playing different games. So whenever I visit an arcade, I play maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 games. So I also don't know a lot of games, but again, the arcades have only finite number of devices, and I think every single arcade had different games. So I would really love to learn from everybody on your favorite games. So continue to tell me, and then we will continue to investigate and get those games. So thank you for that. Lutalo, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. What's good, Jong? Absolutely, everything's good. Absolutely. Corey, hey, Jong, will there be a group of leader posts? And will your machine be able to play other machines around the world? That's a really good question. Let me just leave it at anything's possible in the future. Wink. But it's a great question. Thank you so much for that. Hey, Ron, how are you, my friend? Oh, wow. Thanks for joining. Ron is my friend from high school, back when I used to live in New Jersey. So great to see you, man. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Let me get through the rest of the questions real quickly, and then I want to show you something we'll end for the day. Derek, will the bar top have assembly required or come out of ready for plug and play? Oh, that's a really good question. So if we go ready for plug and play, it's going to be very heavy, very big, potentially breakage in the shipment and things like that. So we didn't want to do that. So it is an IKEA model, but it's extremely easy to assemble. I mean, so far without any, and I did it to some purpose, by the way, at CES, other shows, without giving them any kind of instruction. I just threw the box and said, build it. And everybody built everything in less than 30 minutes. It's because it's very easy to do. All you need is a screwdriver. Turn, you're done. My 11-year-old son, whom you saw before, he was able to do it in like 12 minutes. And he's not a, right, he likes making things, but he's never built an IKEA furniture before. So it's actually very easy to do. Very easy to do. Let's see. Mark, just wondering, are you going to have games licensed from Nintendo, Sega, Capcom, or any companies like that? Absolutely, that's the plan. Well, Nintendo's a little different story, even because Nintendo's extremely difficult. They don't give their game to anybody, right? So Nintendo may be difficult. We're gonna try, but they may be difficult. Any other companies, we're definitely gonna go after and get their games. Absolutely, and we'll keep you updated. Hey, Christina, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. It's great to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. Love that you added East to the arcade. Oh, thank you so much. That's actually one of my favorite games, all time. I have every single one, and some of them I fought twice. So I love the game. Love the music in the game, such a great school great old school RPG. I totally agree with you. I'm so glad that you like it as well. Because if you play this in an arcade environment, it's completely different. I mean, I've played these on every console, every environment there is, on PCs, etc. It's so much better on arcade environment. And seriously, it's really immersive. It feels like I'm again going into the screen like this. It's a lot of fun. So I can't wait to get you to experience it as well. If you're living in nearby my house, I would say, hey, come over, try this out. I don't know where you live, but airplane may be a little difficult. But yeah, absolutely. We'll try to get out there as soon as possible. Thank you for that. Kelly, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. Can we get a build video? Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. We don't have one yet. I actually have a video of my son building it from back a while ago, but that was on an older model, and I sort of want to show the new models from now. So, but once we make it, we'll definitely show it to you. Absolutely. Lutalo, anything from Namco? Not in the launch list, but again, launch list is just the beginning, and these companies, big companies, are watching us. So we'll go after all these companies, get their games. So let's see. Okay, Carlson, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. So great to see you. Yeah, like out foxies. Yeah, I don't know what that word means. My apologies, but it sounds good. Mark, can I come over, buddy? Absolutely, my friend. Anytime, anytime. And if you come over, we're gonna drink beers in my house. Because I got some good beers. All right. Thank you so much again, everybody. Appreciate joining today. Let me show you something really quickly. Hey, Jeff, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. Today I'm ending a little early. My apologies. My daughter's graduating today. Um, but I want to show you something really quickly before I end. Christina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Wow, you are in an awesome area. I'm so envious. I love the ocean and the nice beaches and things like that. Laying down in the sun, drinking pina colada, and maybe I'll have my iiRcade with me there and playing some games, right? Nice. I'm envious. But thanks for letting me know. Let's see. Well, the thing that I want to show you today is there were several times where I wanted to communicate with you, specific to our Facebook Live family only. So for anyone who's joining and also anyone who's watching the video, I wanted to create a sort of a mailing list, and this is gonna be only for me. This is my sort of my personal list, right, so that I can communicate with you if there's something. So let me show you real quick. Here it is. iiRcade rocks. That's the URL. Let me do this. Arcade rocks. It's just a sign-up list. I mean, again, there's no such thing as a requirement, obviously. I'm not gonna be bombarding your emails, and only when it's necessary. And this list may not live for too long as well. So, and I'll tell you later on why I'm doing this. You'll find out pretty soon. But it's just basically push your email address and first name, last name, your phone number, credit card number. Just kidding. And just email. Then if there's anything, I can communicate with you. And again, completely voluntary. There's no requirement, but I may be sending some important information here. So that's why I wanted to show it to you. And this list is going to be only for our Facebook Live family, and it's not going to be shared with anyone else. So also, if I may also ask you, so that we can keep it internal only. So if you not share with anybody too, that'll be appreciated. So I want to show you again, iiRcade that rocks. It really rocks. So with that, let me end it for today. Thank you so much for joining today. From now, the editing starts, so that's the hard part. But at least I had a lot of fun with you today, so I'm back into my smiling mood. So thank you so much again for that. On Friday, we'll have our next session, and I'll show you some more great games as well. I just got a couple more comments. Let me really have a quick look, and then we'll end for the day. Sean, will there be a link to the forum? Oh, thank you so much. There's no link, but all you have to do is type in iiRcade.rocks. That's the URL to use on your browser. Then it'll take you there. And then sign up, and I'll be sending you some awesome info. Right? See. Oh, thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. Congratulations to your daughter, Jong. Thank you so much. I'm so proud. And I never imagined that this moment would come, because again, she was like this, small. Now she's like, big. Thank you, Ellen. Appreciate it. Hey, Derek. Thank you so much. Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So with that, let me go back to being a daddy, and then we'll continue again on Friday. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. We'll see you on Friday. Hey, Mark, thank you so much, my friend. Christoph, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see you on Friday. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Bye.